we took a slightly different entry into the market. We, from the beginning, built out our own banking core. We do all of our own issuing processing. And what it allows us to do is really create unique products that don't exist anywhere else in the market.
Trevor Marshall is the CTO and co-founder of Current, taking time out of a busy schedule to join us here on the ground at Money 2020 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, JD, for having me.
Let's start first and foremost with a bit of an introduction to Current to anyone watching the interview who might be a bit unfamiliar. And what are your top priorities these days?
Current is a fintech based here in the US. I usually say we're in New York, but right now we're in Las Vegas. And we've been building for 10 years, 10 years into this amazing journey. We build products for everyday Americans where our products help meet their liquidity needs, help meet their banking needs, and it's a full platform.
What is that core banking technology that you've really spent so much of your time and efforts focusing on these last few years?
Yeah, we took a slightly different entry into the market. We, from the beginning, built out our own banking core. We do all of our own issuing processing. And what it allows us to do is really create unique products that don't exist anywhere else in the market. And it also gives us a ton of leverage in terms of economics, but also the ability to grow with our customers and meet their needs as they mature through our platform.
What did not exist in the landscape that you sought to fill, that gap that was missing that you felt you uniquely could address?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from a technology perspective, most banks build their products around accounts. And when they build around an account, customer is really just sort of an addendum or a piece of that, a sort of a reference out to it. And it creates all of these silos. So you might have a credit card at one place, at the same bank, a savings account, a checking account. At Current, in our core technology, we put the user at the center of that platform, and all of the sort of financial graph that gets created for that customer is connected to that user. So really the user's the center of the universe, and we can build things that are really geared towards what they need.
So talk to me a bit more about what this looks like from the user experience. I'm guilty, I'm one of those people you just described. I got a bank account at this bank, I got a credit card at this bank, I might have a high yield savings account over there, and I got to remember all my passwords on top of making sure I'm on top of all my finances. What would that look like for a user in theory, putting the user at the center of your core tech?
Absolutely. So for our customers, when they come onto the platform, they're generally opening up a bank account. We work with sponsor banks across the US that we provide the technology on top of that. So they get a DDA, and then they get also in our onboarding flow build card, which is basically a secured charge card that's connected to that single balance across multiple accounts. And really what the user experience is geared around is as they put their paycheck into Current, with us as their bank, we start giving them more and more value. So one of the biggest things that our customers come to us for is our earned wage access product. So as they're putting their deposits onto the platform, we're able to assess and predict what their cash flows are going to be coming up over the next few months, and we can give them access to that cash flow ahead of when they actually get paid. So it's an earned wage access product. It's a huge hook for our customers, and the more that they put their trust into us, the more freedom we give them by giving them access to that money.
What would you say are among the key drivers of growth that you've been able to have with Current, even just the last few quarters or the last couple of years?
So we serve customers that don't really fit the business model of banks. They're usually living paycheck to paycheck. This is slightly lower income, but if the median income across the U.S. is in the $50,000 to $60,000, we're maybe slightly to the left of that distribution. But there's 150 million plus Americans who are living paycheck to paycheck and are in serious need of these types of products. And so for us, we really focus on just making sure that they're getting access to that earned wage access product, access to the credit building product that we have, and really focusing on improving their financial outcomes.
Yeah, I love asking people in your situation for your guidance, your outlook, not just for Q4 and into next year, but let's take a step back and look at the next couple of years.
Yep.
Where do you most hope? Where do you most see your underlying technology being used for a product market fit for users?
So we're continuing to push into that edge of being able to design products just for our customers. We've recently launched a couple of different products. One that I'm really excited about is Current Max. It's a subscription product that we're adding, which gives customers $40 worth of value for $10 a month. And what we're doing is we're bundling in the types of insurance that our customers really need. So things like accident, death, insurance that you don't usually get from a large provider, especially if you're working in a more hourly wage type of context. So we're really focusing on that, increasing some of the benefits in our savings product, increasing some of the rewards on our secured credit card. So yeah, really excited about that. We'll be launching that over the next few months, and yeah, excited to tell you here first.
There you go. Trevor Marshall, CTO and co-founder at Current, join us here on the ground at Money 2020. Congratulations and thanks a lot for the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me.